So this is a little different from what I normally do, and I say normally like I have a sense of normal by now. I think I've only posted 3 things, but regardless, I thought it might be fun to take you guys with me on it's not quite a redesign, but more so I'm making an official ref sheet and update for, I suppose, an old character. The person that I'm gonna be drawing, designing, redesigning, updating, whatever you call it. The person I'm gonna be making a ref sheet for today is Coco's mom. So what I have to my left, you can't see this, but I have a sketchbook. It's a big sketchbook too. Normally I do a 5.5 by 8 inch sketchbook. I like the ones with the corkboard covers because they never fall apart, at least in my experience. But the one that I have to my left is big. It's bigger than printer paper. Not sure what the dimensions are, but it's got a light pink cover. It's a canvas cover, which means that there's plenty of cardboard in it, which means that it is falling apart at the seams even though it's half used. But I have it flipped open to a page where I have a little comic sketched out in blue ballpoint pen and a little bit of purple. A blue and purple pen of Coco and her mom. Now Coco's mom is a hedgehog. She runs a sewing supply store, a craft store in general, but the main focus is sewing. And like Coco, she is fairly short. So what I'm sketching out right now is this boulder-like lump shape, like a right angle triangle with a bit of a curve. But I think, well, I'm gonna make this bigger using the little, what's it called? When you click on it's not the select tool, but the thing that you click on after it. You know, the one that looks like a little mouse pointer. Putting all that aside, I'm going to make the main figure quite big. I'd like it to take up about 1/4 of the safe zone of this page. And before I even give her any details, I think I'll make a little turnaround on the bottom. Just a mini one. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I normally don't do turnarounds for these, but could be nice. It will be nice. No uncertainty. And I think maybe I'll also give her an alternate outfit as well. I'll give her 2 alternate outfits. Apart from her main one. I'm not drawing them out right now, I'm just putting little pieces in. She's got a very simple form, so it's not tricky. Now this character, as far as I remember, is entirely unnamed. So I will have to either I'll pick one later or I'll figure it out along the way. Some character names just come to me and then some, they go unnamed for days, weeks, months, years. I have a character all the way from 2021 that I still use that I only named about a week ago. Probably less than a week ago, actually. But I'll do a big scribble for the nameplate and some tiny scribbles to represent details whenever I fill that in. Alright, and all of this, let me merge down. I ended up with 2 layers for that. Copy, paste, so I ended up sketching it on the wrong layer, so I was just moving that over. But all of this belongs on the thumbnail sketch layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it way, way down, lower the opacity to 21%. Usually I'll keep it somewhere between 8 and 23, which aren't hard line numbers or anything, but that's where I tend to fall. Now, big question. I gave her big glasses in the original version, but instead of big circle glasses, I kind of want to try out doing rectangular ones. Or maybe not rectangular. I could also try cat eye. No, she looks a bit too much like a diva. Wow. Oh, I have a very generically pleasant personality in mind for Coco's mom, but when it comes to fashion, Coco's so avant-garde that I feel like maybe her mom should be too. Same with Coco's sister. Coco's sister is very emo, very dedicated, has a passion for fashion, so maybe we should go a little more chic for this. Sometimes with these characters, I don't do a bridge. So a lot of these characters have eyes on the side of their head, right? Most prey animals do. Maybe all of them do. I'm not sure. Regardless, a lot of these characters have eyes on the side of their head instead of the front. And something that I like to do is I don't always do this, but oftentimes I do like to forego the wire that goes above the nose bridge, right? The little connecting piece. And sometimes I will loop the glasses around the back of the head. Which is what I'm thinking about doing right now. Oh, you know what I should do before I keep doing anything else? I should get a picture of a hedgehog up. I feel like it's a little irresponsible to draw without references. I'm a big advocate for references. They are the apple of my eye, the light of my life. The thing that puts me at ease. I'm being a little bit dramatic, but I do think that references are very important, and I think that the shame that people have about it sometimes is a little bit silly. But I get it. When I was starting out art, I felt like it was... I guess a part of me felt like there was something special about being able to just conjure it out of thin air, conjure it out of your mind, right? But what I've come to realize is that a lot of art, even stylized and cartoonish things, art isn't just about the act of imagining. More than anything, it's about the art of looking, right? I should I think I'll stop before I start talking nonsense, but and I'm not any kind of like art philosopher. I'm not any kind of I didn't do art school. I'm not really qualified to speak about this, I guess, but you know, that's been said before. Anyways, let's stick to what I do know and get back to designing Coco's mom. her mama. Alright. Now do I do little eyes or big eyes? You know, the way the glasses make eyes look so dramatic. Another good question actually. Do I make her nose go just up, all the way up, or do I have a face for it? Because for it to be in line with a hedgehog's normal form, it would point straight up. So I have the hedgehog on 2 legs, right? Because they're not just animals, they're animal people. Which means that her back is, you know, where a human back would be. It's like facing the wall instead of facing the ceiling. And the nose of a hedgehog goes kind of in line, right? So I can either I think I'm gonna have her nose point straight up, because yeah. Alright. Back to business and beeswax. I'm going around adding little spikes to her back, a little bit of pudge around her stomach. And let's do, in her old design, she had a bunch of pearls, one of those big chunky necklaces. I'm thinking maybe I should layer a ton. Oh, I also forgot to mention, instead of doing a band around the back, I ended up doing, you know those eyeglass chains? I gave her one of those. I'll do this on a separate layer, just in case. And also so I can move things around without disturbing the rest of the sketch. I'm gonna start with the big chunky necklace. And that, oh my gosh, what if I connected it to the eyeglass chain? That would be kind of cool actually. And it would also prevent the design from getting too overcrowded in the back. Oh, I like this. Okay. Okay. I don't want to just do circles though. I also want to do these big chunky rectangles with little straight connectors in between. I don't know if that's the correct word for it, but it's what I'm using. Ooh, maybe like okay, that might be a bit too big. Maybe I should make it fancier in the middle. No, that might be visually... Is that too much visual clutter? I want to make it avant-garde without being overwhelming. Something that's really, really important with character design and comics especially is being able to understand what you're looking at right away. Especially with the short comics that I do, where you're only looking at an image for maybe like 2 or 6 seconds, you know. Not even 6 seconds, really just like 1 or 3 seconds, but regardless, you want to know what you're looking at straight away, right? It's a quick image, a flash, a poof, and then it's gone. So trying to add detail without being confusing or distracting is the name of the game. Now, something that I thought about a while ago when I was first trying to design Coco's family, you know, her mom and her sister, was that hedgehogs have spikes on their back, right? And imagine trying to take on and off a t-shirt with a bunch of spikes on your back. So I thought and I thought and I thought and I thought and I thought about it. And what I ended up deciding on for the character designs are these sort of like apron clothes, you know? So it kind of like, how do I put this? So it's kind of like clothes that have an open back, right? So like, it covers all like the fleshy parts, but it leaves all of the quills and all the spikes out so they don't get caught or tangled in the fabrics. Alright, I gotta figure out where to put the arms. I'll put them here. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. Ooh, good question is how high to make. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to give her a turtleneck like Coco has. Oh, that'd be so cute. Alright, let me test something else out too. Her original design had a Peter Pan collar, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a shirt collar where, you know how there will be 2 points that go down, you know, at the top around the neck? Instead of it being 2 pointy triangles, it rounds off at the bottom. So it's like 2 bumps. So originally I gave her a Peter Pan collar, but with all the necklaces, I think that that'll look a little distracting. So I think I will go with a sort of turtleneck that can go over all of that. I just have to figure out how to make it work with the quills. Oh, fun fact actually. So Coco is very into sewing. She definitely got it from her mom and learned from her mom. And part of why her mom is so passionate about sewing is, in this little universe, right? There's a bunch of different animals who are all different sizes, different builds, different needs. And like I was saying earlier, you know, with the hedgehog thing and all the quills, that would make finding clothes pretty difficult, right? You'd have to find clothes made specially for hedgehogs. So, you know, from that she got into sewing, and now she makes custom clothes for just about anybody. So that's something that Coco's mom is pretty passionate about. Clothing with accessibility, I would say. Alright, big question, do I give her pants or skirt? $1 million question. I think if she had longer legs, I would definitely give her, like, what's it called? Bell bottom. I would definitely give her bell bottom jeans. But she's so short and her legs are so small that I don't think there's room. Now that I'm trying, it looks a little funny. Doesn't even look like pants, it just looks like boots. Alright, maybe no bell-bottom jeans. Although it is growing on me a little bit. maybe we can do still want to do some sort of interesting shape. Currently, what I'm going for is like a modest avant-garde, like flashy librarian. I think I'll go with the skirt. I'll make it a 2-tiered skirt. Probably cotton gauze. I love bubble gauze. I don't know if I'll give it, I don't think that I'll give it a tie, and I kind of do. Part of me wants to do a little scrunch at the top, but I know that this is the type of woman that would have 100 fancy belts. I'll go with the classic. I don't know if you've seen these, but they have these circle belts that are kind of, sometimes they're leather, sometimes they're metal, but it's a bunch of circles held together by smaller circles. I'm thinking something like that would fit, or would work very well here. She seems like the type. I don't think she's the type to wear multiple belts though. I think just one would be enough. Back at the tricky question though, how do I make the turtleneck shirt work? I could, yeah, okay. I'll make it a halter top, and the line will come just a little bit below glasses, but I think that the way that it intersects with it isn't too distracting. I hope it isn't. Alright, I think that we are all good on that. So I'm gonna clean some things up on the sketch and I'll merge the layers together. Get out of here. Ooh, and you know what? I'm gonna use the warp tool and curve that belt a little bit. Oh no. Okay, maybe I should go for liquefy. This warping thing's a little weird. Liquefy and move it, push. Bring it all down. Just a little bit. Looking a little too straight. There we go. And I think these layers are ready to merge. Just delete that. Put it all together. And then I kind of want to try seeing what it looks like if I make her eyes huge. Alright, I'll leave her eyes alone. Small itsy eye. Ooh, actually, something that I haven't thought about before. If she's so, like, what's the word for it? So avant-garde, so stylish, would she wear makeup? Probably, right? Or maybe not. I am not sure. Either way, I will give her some crow's feet, a little eye bag, maybe some pudge under the chin, you know. I think if I did add neck wrinkles, that would be a little too much combined with the lines on the turtleneck. It would be a little distracting. But I think we have just enough to signify age on the character design. Alright, perfect. Let's move down to the next one. I'm thinking, what would this outfit be? She wouldn't exactly have a work outfit and a home outfit because she runs her own business, right? It's her own store, so she doesn't really need a uniform for it. And it's not a messy affair like plumbing or cooking or anything like that. So she could definitely just wear her regular clothes. I suppose if I were to make another outfit for her, maybe let's start with the glasses again. Or, yeah, I'm on a separate layer. Good. Alright, let's. Got the nose, got the eyes, got the little arms and legs. Oh my gosh, a good question is how does she sew with all these short arms? She has her ways. She has her methodology. Alright, let's layer on top of that. We could try out. No. I was thinking maybe we could try out different glasses, but the cat eye glasses just add so much personality, I kind of don't want to. Yeah, I think we'll just stick with the cat eyes for the whole design. I'll go for something simpler to draw. Something that I could use in the short comics when she shows up. I think to do that, the key might be to just draw the jewelry on the top layer. You know, not as part of the light. Not as part of the line work, but as part of a detail on top. But regardless, let's draw some inspiration from the old design. I'll do a button in the back instead of a bow. Let's do that Peter Pan collar. Cute little sleeves. I'll do another button on the back. And I believe that the original intent of that design was to be a dress. But I kind of want to test out some boots and shorts. No, no, we're definitely doing a dress for this. Now I have to decide. I'm gonna go back to that bottom layer where I resketch the body. Get rid of the legs. Legs be gone. Away with you. Don't worry, she still has her legs, they're just under the dress. But a good question is, do I add some shape to this? Or do I keep it straight cut? If I do add shape, I want to make the waist a little low. Oh, I don't know about this. Cause this looks too, how do I put that? It looks a little too granny classic. Oh, I know what we're doing. Let's try doing this with, I'll duplicate the layers so I can experiment a little better. But let's try doing this with super high-waisted pants. Let's bring them maybe all the way up to the arms even. Alright, now we're cooking. Oh, wait. No, because you run into that same problem again with the quills. Wait. You know what? We could solve this with buttons in the back. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe we don't need buttons. Yeah, I think buttons in the back would do it. Yeah. Alright, that works. Because when you put it on, the open space would be the back. It's held together by the buttons, and you don't have to worry about it like pushing or tugging on all the quills. And when you're taking it off, it goes straight down, so it wouldn't be going against the grain either. So I think that might work. I know this is a lot of thought for details that people probably aren't super worried about, but it matters to me. It matters. Everything matters. Alright, we got that. And then some boots. I kinda wanted to do cheetah print. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let's add the necklaces before I do anything else, because that can switch up the whole vibe. So I can't do the same sorts of necklaces that I did previously with the Peter Pan collar because it'll look a little distracting. But what I can do is I can layer lots of little thin ones. Then maybe, you know what, have you ever seen those little, they're pins that go on to collars like this? They've got a charm and a charm, and they've got a chain connecting them. Maybe I could do that. Alright, you know how I just did all of that work trying to make the pants work? I think I'm gonna give her a skirt. I'm sorry, she looked a little too nerdy. It doesn't suit the character. But I think I will keep the high waist, and I'm gonna strike a balance between high waist and low waist. And what I'm gonna do is it is gonna be high waist, but I'm gonna give the skirt like a big band at the top, you know, or yeah. Maybe should this be part of the dress and the shirt, the skirt and the shirt be a dress? Thinking very, very hard. I think for the sake of more, I don't even know if I'm using words right, but I think I'll put them together. Yeah. Because that way I can drag down the line in the back and it'll make a little more sense and it'll just flow nicely. I'm giving these big dangly pieces to the necklace she has going on. Do I want to give her an eyeglass chain again? Yeah, I do. I made her design a little not over complicated, but just complicated. Not complicated, detailed. I did end up giving it a bunch of details again, but I think that might just be an intrinsic part of the character now. Either way. Not that layer. There we go. Hi there. Hello, little layer. Hello. Alright. Time for our next outfit. I wanted to give her 2 alternative outfits. Alright, I got dispatch. Let's do all of these have buttoned way high at the top. Now let's do a work outfit. Something simple, something sleek. Something that says, I am a business lady. Going about my business lady things. I won't do a glasses chain for this, but I will make her glasses a little fancy in the front. Oh, I like that. Maybe I should do that for all of them. No, I'll just keep it for this. Maybe not even full glasses. Maybe I should cut the glasses in half. Interesting. Alright. We have the glasses. We have the little smock. Maybe. Oh, you know what would be cute? Oh my gosh. You know how with sewing they have those little tomatoes that you stick your pin cushion? No, that is the pin cushion. These tomatoes that you stick the pins in, right? I could put one of those on her outfit. Like a little. Oh, that's so cute. It'll just be stuck to the pocket, kind of. And she can stick her pins in. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I love her. I love her. Oh, this is sweet. Okay. And have a little pocket at the bottom. Or maybe I should make it at the top. No, at the bottom, definitely. I don't want to overcrowd the design. Oh, this is perfect. Alright. Now that we have that all sketched out, we have the turnaround at the bottom. I'll do question is, do I put any of the outfits that I've been doing so far? Do I do no outfits? Do I? I think I'll skip outfits for the turnaround. Oh, little quills from the back. And it's spiky. Time for a side angle. Actually, let me just use the one that I had from before. Flip horizontal. Make it real small. I know it's cheating. Well, it's not actually cheating, I'm just being silly. Let's go back to that other layer. Erase. Make that a little bigger. Perfect. Duplicate it. Flip horizontal. Bring it all the way over. And then for the middle one, just to maintain shape, what I'll do is I'll bring over the forward view, erase all of the defining characteristics of the legs or eyes, and turn it into just quill. Now, it's occurring to me that I have not seen a hedgehog from entirely above, but the reference images that I have are giving me... I haven't given her ears this whole time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have to fix that. Oh my gosh. What kind of a monster am I? A hedgehog without ears? Are you crazy? You are crazy. We're both crazy. We're all crazy. Where do I put her ears? Oh, I think they'd be like... They'd be kind of where the glasses are, which both looks good and is a little confusing. That's alright. we have the sketch for the hedgehog all done. It looks like I've been doing this for 45 minutes, so I'm gonna take a pause here and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Also, actually, one more thing. If you're all the way at the end of the video, I do post concept art on Patreon if you want to go check that out. I'll probably be posting the finished version of this there too. Alright, now bye-bye for real. Bye-bye.